Wes Bradford here with another music help. I'm going to talk about the C melody saxophone. Here's the original case, and for some reason I always end up opening these things upside down. I don't know, maybe because it flaps up, but that's the wrong way. This way, flap these down, and then force this silly thing over. There we go. And it doesn't really fit in the case properly. Like, it doesn't sit in the hole here, and it's got too much space here. But, you know, it looks kind of a nice color. And this thing actually shines up pretty good if you put some work into it. And I think this actually, I don't know, it looks really, it's like silver, but I think there might be some gold tinge to the color. The place where you put the neck strap hooked onto, it seems like an awkward spot for me. So I actually had to adjust my neck strap. I ended up cutting it so that it would go high enough to sit properly. So typically people hold on the side, but this one works great right up front. And I can even play it without the neck strap and just set the saxophone on the chair in front of me. So I'm probably going to go without a neck strap. So the C melody plays in the key of C. It's a little higher pitched than the tenor saxophone. The tenor saxophone is B flat. This is one step higher in C. It's a minor third lower than an alto saxophone. This is the original mouthpiece, which I think may need a C melody reed. For today, I'm going to use an alto saxophone reed. All right, so this is a Buescher, probably built in the 1930s. I'm just going to play a little bit of the Sleeper's Wake. I've got my middle school band playing this piece. So I'm going to play the alto saxophone part. And you can compare this mouthpiece to the next mouthpiece. I'm going to use a tenor saxophone mouthpiece. We'll see how it does. Now I've got a Salmer C-Star tenor saxophone mouthpiece. You'll probably hear a difference. I'm going to attempt a 2-octave D chromatic scale. So these keys over here are not as comfortable to find, although they are put in a good situation as compared to some of the other old saxophones. I like having the C sharp key, the B, and the B flat in this configuration. Let's go ahead and play some low B flat. Low C sharp, C, B, B flat. The high notes tend to be pretty flat. I'm going to try it on the tenor saxophone mouthpiece, and I'll try it again on the alto saxophone reed with the C melody saxophone. Starting from high D. All right, high D up to high F. A little easier on this one, but still flat. Still flat. High D, chromatically up to high F. Ooh, barely in tune. I'm going to talk about peculiar fingering that you can do on some of these old saxophones, and it has to do with the E flat. So here is your typical E flat fingering. But on these saxophones, you can do a forked fingering for E flat. Pretty cool. And now the most unusual key on this saxophone is something of a G sharp to G natural trill key found underneath the right hand finger keys. And you can do a G sharp to G natural, just a pinky. It is a little sluggish because the springs just aren't fast enough. Whereas here you can bring it back down more according to the speed you want. But they discontinued this key on any saxophones that I've seen recently built. So there's the C melody. I think it has a good sound to it. Plays quite well for something that's almost 100 years old. And I would probably play it more if I didn't have access to a tenor saxophone. A tenor saxophone plays, to me, a lot better. You just have to transpose, which is not really a big deal. So, cool instrument, but I don't really use it very often. Hope that helps somebody.